Hello and welcome back to G-senjou no Maou. Finally the continuation. Well, what means finally? The last recording is just a few hours ago. And yeah, I don't know, whatever, never mind. Let's just go into it. They look so similar in this picture. They really look super similar in this pic. It's interesting. Okay, wait, there we go. Oh, she's sweating, look at that. Bearing an anguished expression, Tokita Yuki searched the darkness just beyond the window of the lab equipment storage room.
やられたわ、ハル。
We've been hit, Haru. She sighs to the girl behind her. Haru responds with a sigh of her own.
残念な結果になったね。
Well, it certainly didn't go the way we wanted it to.
私がまずかったのよ。
This is all my fault.
水葉の手錠が外されていたこと？
Is this about the fact that Mizuha's handcuffs were removed?
そうよ。それが何を意味するかわかる？
Yes, you know what that means, don't you? Haru's intellect shined through in her immediate response.
水葉が橋本さんに協力したということになる。そうでなければ手錠をかけた人質を連れて逃げるわけがない。
Oh, come on, seriously now? It means Mizuha's cooperating with Hashimoto-san. There's no way he'd try to make a run for it, dragging along an unbound, unruly hostage. Oh, she hates her father, it seems. Wait, I think my chair is a little bit loose on one end.
足手まといになるものね。
She would just be a burden after all.
どうしてそんなことに？
Why would she go along with him? Yuki shook her head.
ストックホルム症候群よ。
Stockholm Syndrome.
なるほど。
I see.
ストックホルミングはプラスの面が多いから、普通はネゴシエーターもそれを助長させるように働きかけるの。
Stockholming is usually a positive thing, so negotiators often try to build the foundations for it if they can.
でも今回は違った。
But something went wrong this time.
言い訳をするようだけれど、普通はこんな短時間でストックホルム症候群なんて発生しないわ。過去の事例を見ても、100時間とか半年とか、そういった長い時間をかけられるのが通例なの。
It may sound like I'm making excuses, but Stockholming doesn't usually happen in such a short time. In the past, it's typically taken hundreds of hours, half a year, extreme periods of time on that order of magnitude.
通例は通例だったと？
So, you're saying this was an exception to the rule?
水葉も父親の理事長を快く思っていなかったわ。つまり同じ事情を抱える橋本くんに同調しやすいと言える。私はそれを見誤っていたのよ。
Mizuha doesn't exactly think very highly of her father either. It's only natural for her to sympathize with Hashimoto-kun when they share viewpoints and a similar background. I overlooked that. The girl standing behind her had no consolation for Yuki.
人の心にマニュアルなんて当てはまらないってことね。
It just goes to show that the human heart can't be read with a manual. Yuki sighed once more.
まだまだ訓練が必要だわ。
I guess I still need more experience. The very next instant, Haru's voice pierces her back.
いや、
ここまではすべて計算づくだったはずだ。
Oh? No, this is just how your plan was supposed to go down. Yuki's body freezes.
そうだろう、ユキ。
What? Oh no! She is full of hate to her actual father that he threw her and her mother out in the wild. Well, in the wild is maybe a little bit extreme, but they threw him out and so far and so forth, and the hatred built up over time. She wanted to. And now this is her revenge. She didn't talk down Hashimoto. Hashimoto actually cooperated with her from the very beginning? Is that what they want to tell me here right now? That's right, Haru. Yuki mocks somewhere within herself. That mockery quickly showed itself on her visage. The devil, König Schubert. Oh no. If only you weren't here. Wait, why is this? Oh, I get it now. Okay. Wait, when did he change to Maou? When did that happen? Are you... Wait, what? Wait, is Yuki working together with him now? I hear my lovely child is having a bit of fun tonight. I wonder how that's going. Well, while I found her plan to be quite the humorous parlor trick, I seriously doubt it will work on you, Sami. Accomplices can really fool things up. Should I have given her that advice? It shouldn't matter. Children grow whether or not their parents are there to help them along. I really love it to do the evil thing. Oh God, that's amazing.
どうしたの、ハル？
What are you saying, Haru? Yuki directed a faint smile at the girl behind her.
まるで私が真犯人みたいな言い方じゃない？
You make it sound like I'm the mastermind behind these events.
事実、真犯人だ。
You are the mastermind, Haru pronounced sternly.
最初からすべてユキが仕組んでいたことだ。
You set this up from the very beginning, Yuki.
どうしたの、ハル？私たちは親友でしょ？
How could you say that, Haru? I thought we were best friends. Yuki put on innocent airs, but her heart knew better. No slate could blind Haru to her best friend's strange behavior.
ハル、落ち着いてよ。橋本くんは水葉を連れて拡張工事のあった廊下の窓から逃げたんじゃないの？
Calm down, Haru. Didn't we just decide that Hashimoto-kun ran off with Mizuha through a window in the new hallway?
違う。
No!
じゃあどうやってこの部屋から消えたっていうの？
How then do you explain his sudden disappearance?
普通に1階のどこからでも逃げられたと思う。
He could have taken any one of the windows or doors on the first floor. It's impossible to tell which.
それはおかしいでしょう。京介くんのお仲間さんたちが学園を取り囲んでいたのよ。
Huh? How? Kyosuke's men had the building surrounded.
だから取り囲む前に逃げたんだ。
He got away long before those men arrived. Yuki all but resigned. Nevertheless, she wanted to amuse herself with the conversation. Wait, what do you mean? So it means they weren't here the whole time? They never were here to begin with. Oh! It seems to be the light they saw inside was just a contraption, it seems. A ruse. Oh.
橋本さんは職員室に忍び込み、典子先生を襲った。そこに駆けつけた我々を校舎の外に出すと、典子先生を理科準備室の隣の薬品室に閉じ込めた。
Hashimoto's son snuck into the staff room and assaulted Miss Noriko. After hearing her scream, we rushed into the building to see what was wrong. Hashimoto then coerced us to leave the building and locked Miss Noriko in the medical supply room next door to the lab equipment room.
私が学園に到着する前の出来事ね。続けて。
That's what happened before I showed up, right? Continue.
その後橋本さんは理科準備室に立てこもるわけでもなく、さっさと逃げてしまう。
Hashimoto's son then supposedly set up shop in the lab equipment room. But that never happened. He went off immediately.
ちょっと待ってよ。橋本くんはここにいなかったっていうの？
Hold it right there. Are you saying Hashimoto-kun was never in here at all?
そうだ。さも私たちを見下ろしながら交渉をしているように見せかけて、実際は別の場所で電話を受けていた。
Yes, he made it appear that he was looking down at us while negotiating, but he was actually taking the call from another location.
別の場所ね。
Another location, huh? Yuki shrugged in false surprise.
じゃあこの部屋で懐中電灯がちらついていたのはどういうこと？
Wait, then what was the flashlight we saw flickering?
懐中電灯は橋本さんが学園を出る前にこの部屋に残していったんだ。
Hashimoto's son left his flashlight here before leaving the school.
でもあなたも見たわよね。ライトが明滅してたじゃない？懐中電灯が勝手についたり消えたりするの？
But you saw it yourself, didn't you? The light was flickering. I've never known a flashlight to turn on and off by itself. Actually, this is a pretty old thing that already was implemented in a lot of flashlights. That's not a new thing. You are living behind a rock if you don't know about flashlights that you can set on flicker. I mean, even when I was young, 10 or 15 years ago, I already had a flashlight like that.
いろいろ方法はあると思うが、最も簡単なのはあらかじめ残量の極端に少ない電池を入れておくことだ。そうすれば懐中電灯はついたり消えたりを繰り返してやがて消える。
Oh well. There are plenty of possible solutions, but the simplest one is to leave a flashlight with a dying battery. That would make it flicker a bit before turning off completely. Oh god. Correct.
はじめはこの部屋のカーテンが閉まっていなかったから不自然だとは思ったんだ。
The fact that the blinds were left open was irreconcilable from the onset, in my opinion.
カーテンね。
The blinds, huh?
普通立てこもりをするならカーテンは閉めるだろう。外から室内の様子を探られるかもしれないし。
No one would leave the blinds open in the base of operations. It would entirely defeat the purpose.
そうね。ちょっと不自然ね。でもそれだけで疑われるものなのかしら？
Indeed, that is somewhat strange. But is that really something to be suspicious over? Haru continued in a deep voice.
ユキが到着してカーテンの閉まっていない窓に向かって手を振っただろ。
When you arrived at the scene, Yuki, you waved your hand in front of the window here.
ええ。反応が鈍かったわね。
Right? It took him a moment to respond.
鈍いはずだ。窓の向こうに橋本さんはいないんだもの。おそらくあらかじめ決まった時間に電話をよこすよう指示していたんだろ。
Naturally, he wasn't on the other side of the window. He was likely told to call at a specified time. That was a failure on Yuki's part. If only Haru hadn't suggested she wave at the window.
どうしても私と橋本くんが共犯ってことにしたいみたいだけれど。
It seems you just won't rest until you've proven that I'm Hashimoto-kun's accomplice.
残念だけど。
Vice versa, unfortunately.
のりこ先生はどうなの？あなたは記録係だからちゃんと覚えているでしょ？
What about Miss Noriko? You were keeping records, so surely you remember.
うん。隣の部屋から橋本くんの怒鳴り声がしたと解放された先生は証言した。
Yes, after Miss Noriko was released, she testified that she heard Hashimoto-kun shouting.
じゃあそれはどう説明するの？
And how do you explain that? Haru didn't falter.
かけてもいい。今ユキのポケットに小型の IC レコーダーがとにかく録音した声を発することのできる機器がある。
I'd wager that as we speak, you're carrying an IC recorder or the like in your pocket. Yuki found this amusing. Haru called it spot on. She did indeed have an IC recorder with Hashimoto's voice samples saved on it. He had left it here before taking his leave.
でもそんな録音した声くらいで隣に人がいるって先生に錯覚させられるかしら？
Surely you don't believe people are so easily fooled as to assume a recorded voice in the next room was a real person. Well, if you got assaulted and trapped into a dark room and you hear a voice through a wall that already falsely produces echoes on the other side of the room, then yes, it is very much possible that you could mistake it for a real voice.
だから解放された先生にユキはあまり質問をしなかった。
Huh? That's precisely the reason why you let her rest after being released rather than putting her to the full interrogation. Goodness gracious, Haru is so incredibly fun. She thrusts everything that Yuki had recognized as suspicious into her face.
あれはおかしかった。中の様子を知る唯一の人物をなぜ聞き上手のユキが放っておいたのか。
I thought that was quite odd. Why would the talkative Yuki just ignore the only person who knew what happened inside the school?
たまたまよ。疲れていたのかも。
It happens sometimes. Maybe I was tired.
録音した声は一言二言なんだろう。それなら恐怖に震える先生を騙すこともできそうだ。
There were only a few words recorded on the device, am I right? Just enough to deceive a morbidly terrified teacher. Yuki felt like throwing in the towel.
わかったわ。それで身体検査を始めようっていうの？
Alright. Are you going to strip search me now?
別にやらなくてもまだ証拠はある。
There's no need. I have more evidence. is she not afraid of Yuki by now? I mean, you don't know if she has a weapon of some sort.
ぜひ聞きたいわ。
I'd love to hear it.
この紙コップだ。
This paper cup.
差し入れた紙コップ？それがどうしたの？
The paper cup we gave him. What about it?
ペットボトルの中身はなくなっていて、紙コップも少しふやけている。
A portion of the bottle's contents are gone, and the paper cup is a little wet.
橋本くんがドリンクを紙コップに注いで、水葉が飲んだってことにならない？
So Hashimoto-kun poured a drink into the cup, and Mizuha drank it, right? What's suspicious about that?
でも、口をつけた跡がない。
There's no sign that the mouth ever came in contact with this. Very good, Haru.
ドリンクはすべて流しに捨てたんだろ？
The drink was put out, wasn't it? That's why Yuki chose the lab equipment storage room.
これはユキと橋本さんが共犯でなければ成り立たない手口だ。そうでなければドリンクを差し入れしたりケースを届けに行ったユキが中の様子を偽る意味はわからない。
You could only pull this off if the two of you were in cahoots. I can't imagine a scenario where the two of you aren't accomplices, and yet you bring in the drinks and the money and fake what happened in this room. Yuki decided it was time to surrender.
さすがね、ハル。
I would never expect any less, Haru. Haru's gaze assaulted Yuki's senses.
認めるんだな。
Is that a confession?
やっぱりあなたを記録係にしたのが間違いだった。
It was a mistake to appoint you secondary negotiator.
だからチームでやろうって言った時渋っていたんだな。
That's why you hesitated when I suggested we work as a team, wasn't it? Yuki nodded to the girl behind her. That moment saw her defeat decided.
お約束だから聞くけど、最初に怪しいと思ったのは？
It's the cliché, so I'll ask. What first tipped you off to the possibility of my involvement?
ユキ！
教えてよ。怖い声出さないで。
Tell me, don't raise your voice. Haru answered, heavy with sadness. She is left-handed, right? Is she the one who drew the message on the chalkboard?
バスケットボールの話をしていた時。
Oh, okay. Well, I'm an idiot. When you were talking about basketball,
やっぱりね。
as I thought,
橋本さんがこう言ったんだ。ほらあのアイスアリーナを見ろよって。
Hashimoto-san said, look at the skating arena over there.
あの時は背筋が凍ったわ。
I froze solid when he said that.
そこの窓からアイスアリーナなんて見えないはずなんだ。
We couldn't have possibly known that. This window doesn't look toward the arena. Yuki had been standing near that window in order to stymie Haru from that realization, but it had been in vain. At first glance, it may seem like Hashimoto was Yuki's downfall. However, Yuki held some responsibility in this failure as well. He was originally a simple young man. Someone whose extremes merely amounted to chalk on black boards. Petty was perhaps the most fitting word. To make such a person out to be a calm, motivated hostage taker with a goal was quite difficult. when he showed his true colors by asking about her sex life, she left the pressing desire to hit him. She felt the pressing desire to hit him.
今水葉はアイスアリーナの見える場所にいるんだな。
So, bearing any more tricks, Mizuha's being held in a place from which the arena is clearly visible, correct?
そう、橋本くんと一緒にね。あらかじめ私が睡眠薬を飲ませて運んだのよ。
Yes, and Hashimoto-kun is there alongside her. I drugged her earlier and took her there.
なんてことを。
How could you?
だってあれだけくだらない父親にまだ義理立てしてるのよ。信じられる？どこまで人がいいのかしら。
Well, for some reason she still held loyalty toward her good-for-nothing father. Can you believe that? What a softie.
本当は水葉も犯行に誘う予定だったんだな。
Your original intent was to invite Mizuha into this little scheme, wasn't it?
残念なことに交渉決裂よ。ある有名なネゴシエーターも家族だけは説得できないって言ってたわね。
Unfortunately, my negotiations failed. A certain famous negotiator once said that negotiating with one's own family is the most unsurmountable of tasks. After declaring so, Yuki turned around and returned Haru's sharpened glare.
ユキ、お金はまだこの部屋にあるんだろ？隣の部屋か。
So, Yuki, is the money in this room or the next room over?
それを返したら全部許してもらえるのかしら。
If I return it, will you forgive all of this? Haru let silence speak for her. A pained expression wounded Yuki's heart. Nevertheless, Yuki calmly continued.
許さないわよね。あなたは正義の勇者様だもの。
You wouldn't, would you? You are the hero, after all. Haru shook her head.
動機はやっぱり理事長への復讐か。
Was it revenge you were after, Yuki?
大したことじゃないでしょ。不正に受け取ったお金なのよ。
Oh, don't act so shocked. It's dirty money for crying out loud.
不正に受け取ったお金を不正に泥棒していいのか？
And you intend to dirty yourself as well for this dirty money?
警察もついに理事長を逮捕できなかったのよ。だったら誰が悪を懲らしめてあげられるの？
The police allowed that I worked her to escape justice. Who will punish his evil if they won't?
私はそれがユキでないことを願っていた。
Anyone but you, God. No, wait. Anyone but you. God. Yuki. Anyone but you.
甘いわね、ハル。善人はバカを見る時代なのよ。
You are naive, Haru. In this day and age, the good are seen as nothing but sweet imbeciles. Don't you see that?
私は時代に生きているわけじゃない。私はあくまで私の考えに基づいて生きている。
I don't live according to the times. I live based solely on my own judgment. The words of Maou from the mouth of the hero. Really? Maou said that? Such is to be expected.
そこをどいてよ、ハル。
Step aside, Haru. Yuki jerked her chin to sign Haru away from the door. Oh, this will be a fight.
どこへ逃げようと言うんだ？
Where do you plan to run to?
そうね。京介君を敵に回したらこの町では暮らせそうにないわね。
Now that I've made an enemy out of Kyosuke-kun, I probably have to skip town.
ユキ、聞いてよ。
Listen, Yuki! Haru said as she placed herself in Yuki's path. arms wide open.
聡明なユキのことだからやむを得ない事情があったのだと思う。
You are smart.
ユキは間違ってる。
You are smart. You are a smart girl. So I'll assume that extraordinary circumstances forced you into action. However, you are still in the wrong.
ありがとう、ハル。いろんな人に迷惑をかけたことは心苦しく思っているわ。特にのりこ先生には本当に悪いことをした。京介くんたちは今頃必死になって犯人を追っているでしょう。
Thanks, Haru. I feel terrible for causing so much trouble to so many people. Miss Noriko especially. And Kyosuke-kun, of course. He's off hunting Hashimoto as we speak. But wait a minute! I just realized the other ending. This doesn't make any sense! The other ending where we call the police. That he gave up so easily and Mizuha was found and stuff like that. That doesn't make any gosh darnedly sense. There's no continuity. How can it suddenly turn out like that and not like this? Just because the police is involved. What the F, man? Okay.
だったら
Then, Yuki interrupted Haru's protest.
もう遅いわ。私はとっくに悪魔に魂を売ったのだから。
It's too late. I've already sold my soul to the devil. Haru's eyes gorged in despair. In that same instant, Yuki shoved her with both hands. Oh, seriously? Haru shrieks. She staggers. She loses her balance. Oh god, you don't even have proper footing? Her feet slip and her hair glides through the air. Leaving Haru where she lay on the floor, Yuki dashes out into the corridor. Immediately swerving around to close the door of the lab equipment storage room. She jams the key into the lock and twists it violently. It's all or nothing.
ユキ
The door creaks. Haru beats at the door, shouting, cursing her own powerlessness. Luckily, the key had broken off in the lock, jamming it. But seriously, I mean, if she is so powerless, if she doesn't even have... I thought she knows martial arts. Why wasn't she prepared to counter her? I mean, she said Saijou that she is capable of taking him out with close quarter combat. So why, God, why wasn't it possible for her to take out Yuki and have a more balanced stance against her? Makes no sense.
逃げるの今ならまだやり直せる
Don't run away! You can still turn back! Yuki flashes the everyday smile of her past. Just self.
交渉においてどうなったら負けよ。
In negotiations, if you lose your cool, the game's over. That's right. Yuki was now past the point of no return. Without so much as a backwards glance, Yuki dashed into the deep darkness of the school corridor. Haru's grieving voice would forever linger in her ears. After receiving a call from Yusami, I head for the lab storage room one more time.
どうもご迷惑をおかけしまして
Thanks for the help. Yusami briefed me on the situation. Tokita had apparently masterminded this operation and has now escaped somewhere. Though betrayed by her best friend, Yusami managed to stay composed.
ユキを追いましょう。
We should chase Yuki! Yeah.
あの状況で逃げるということは、ユキにはまだやり残したことがあるということです。
Trying to escape in that situation can only mean that Yuki still has unfinished business. Yusami's face tenses again.
水葉も心配です。
I'm worried about Mizuha too. It's already 2 a.m. The director has gone home for now to rethink the situation, and Eiichi ended up deciding to escort Miss Noriko home. That leaves no one but Yusami and I, and a handful of bored Yakuza. Alright, let's pull out all the stops and track down Tokita. A tall, beautiful girl walking around in a uniform at this hour shouldn't be too hard for the Sonoyama guys. Right.
すみませんね、いつも。
Sorry about all of this. You should be. If I keep on using men for matters that are none of the Sonoyama group's business, they'll have me cutting my fingers off an apology before too long. Yusami laughed feebly.
関係なくもないと思うんですよ。
I wouldn't say it's none of their business. Pardon?
この上んなやり口、人をもてあそぶような犯罪、誰かの入れ知恵とは思いませんか？
Think about it. This roundabout methodology, the endless mind games. Doesn't it sound like something you know who would come up with? Oh please, not Maou again. But Yuki said she already sold her soul to the devil, and Maou means devil, so it's not too far-fetched.
私の考えすぎですかね。そうですよね。ユキが魔王とつながってただなんて、そんなはずないですよね。
Oh, she definitely is. Well, I guess I could be overthinking things. Sure, I mean, there's no way Yuki could be connected to Maou, right? I couldn't say anything.
ユキのお父さんは時田明宏さんと言いまして、そりゃ立派な方なんですよ。警察の警視正っていうものすごく偉い人なんですよ。
Yuki's father, Tokita Akihiro, he's a really great man. He's a senior police superintendent. That's no joke. Like a real top dog.
だからユキもそんなお父さんの恩をあだで返すような真似はしないはずなんです。そうです。
And, I mean, Yuki wouldn't do anything to smear her father's name. That's a given, right?
そりゃ白鳥理事長には恨みもあるでしょう。でも脅迫して復讐するなんておかしいじゃないですか。ユキは時田警視正の下で立派に育ったんです。今のお父さんでよかったと自慢げに言っていたこともあります。
I mean, she has a grudge against Director Shiratori, but becoming a full-fledged terrorist just to take some pathetic revenge is a little much, right? Senior Superintendent Tokita raised her to be a good girl. She's always talking about how lucky she is to have her daddy. Yusami seemed unable to hold back her frantic emotions.
こんなネクラなことしなくてもいいじゃないですか。なんでまたこんな。ユキならもっと考えて、そうもっとうまく理事長を見返してやれるはずなんです。
Why does she think she has to do such evil things? Why? Yuki's a smart girl. She should be able to think of something else. Some better way to show the director. Her voice gradually fell out as she trembled and her hands began to shake.
おかしいですよ。あれはユキじゃない。
Something's wrong. That wasn't Yuki. Yusami is looking for a source of evil. She simply can't accept the fact that the Tokita she knew could undergo such a metamorphosis without some dark catalyst. Then again, the belief in evil is sometimes one's only hope of salvation. Yusami. Was it on a whim that I rested my hands on Yusami's shoulders? She didn't shake me off. Instead, she silently accepted my kindness. Though she's usually so annoying, so downright disgusting. Just for you, buddy. Just for you. The Yusami I lent my support to seemed small enough to fit in my hand. After a brief intermission, time continued its course. The night wore on as the frigid, unforgiving wind beat endlessly against the window. Stealing through streets and alleys bathed by neon lights, Tokita Yuki brainstormed for a new countermeasure. If everything had gone according to plan, she'd be heading for the cheap apartment where Hashimoto and Mizuha awaited her, a large amount of money in hand. Yet will her bad luck ever cease? She's near the apartment, but Hashimoto isn't answering her calls. Was there some accident? In any case, entering the apartment would have been dangerous. Yuki slipped into the darkness, sidling up against the walls of nearby buildings. Her school uniform was simply too conspicuous. Should I rely on the Maou? Now that Yuki understood how easy it was to incite the wrath of one of the city's most powerful organizations, she began to realize the true extent of the meticulous nature she had once sensed in Maou. The man has been able to avoid the omnipresent threat of the Sonoyama group for months now, despite moving freely about the city. Surely that means Maou would be able to guarantee her safety. Only, I'm not Maou's henchman. Well, I think the main thing is that not even the one who is Maou himself knows that he's Maou. That's the best cover ever if you have two personalities that don't know about each other. Maou had merely advised her a bit concerning this plan. He had also supplied the drugs to ensure Mizuha slept through her transportation to the apartment. Now that she objectively evaluates the situation, she may indeed have been possessed by the devil. It all began 2 years ago, with a single email. The sender identified himself as Maou. He had quite thoroughly investigated Yuki for being no more than a common stalker. He knew that she was an illegitimate child and that her mother had passed away. Maou, who had put forth an investigation into her past that would spark envy in even the best private detective, had begun to entice Yuki. After a few electronic exchanges, Yuki left her hometown alone for Tomanbetsu City, wanting to meet this most intriguing Maou. The club was deep in the depth of Central Boulevard. Oh, that's a ton of money. After introducing herself at the entrance, she was ushered into a VIP room. It bore the look of a high roller's lounge in an upscale casino. No light poured from the ceiling. Her only option in the dim room was to rely on the indirect light at her feet. Nevertheless, the most defining point was the mask on each and every one of the employees' and guests' faces. Among them were narrow eye masks, the kind you would expect to be worn by sexual deviants, often accompanied by decadent, ornate Saturn hoods. Some of the group even sported a pair of red horns, along with the likenesses of other such horrors, only imaginable in medieval European paintings.
はじめまして、時田由紀。私が魔王だ。わざわざ田舎から飛行機で来てもらってすまなかったな。
Nice to meet you, Tokita Yuki. I am Maou. Thank you for flying all this way from your hometown. This Maou was no exception. He wore a white masquerade mask reminiscent of the Phantom of the Opera. Yuki tried to ignore the oddity and bowed in greeting.
お招きありがとう。随分と素敵な場所ね。
Thank you for inviting me. This is quite a lovely place you have here.
気に入ってもらえたかな？ここではどんな地位の人間も子供になって遊ぶことができる。
Do you like it? Here, everyone, regardless of social status, can come together and play as children do. Only the outcome could be a little bit different. The coquettish voices of both woman and man echoed from the dark corners of the room. They were accompanied by the sounds of alcohol sliding down throats, of shouts demanding service from nearby women. The guests endlessly entertained themselves with such vulgar acts.
それで、私に何の用？つまらない用事だったら、警察に駆け込ませてもらうけれど。
Well, do you have some business with me? I'll be calling the police if it's anything trivial. A deep laugh spilled from behind the mask.
あちらにいらっしゃる御人がわかるか？
Are you familiar with that individual over there? Maou gestured with his chin and Yuki's eyes followed. A plump, middle-aged man sat there, slumped on a sofa, wearing nothing but an oversized diaper on the lower half of his body. Standing beside him was a woman in an apron shaking a toy at him, as if soothing her upset infant. The scene's inhumane, bizarre nature caused Yuki to reflexively avert her eyes.
あちらは警視庁の去る天井人だ。夜は素敵なプレイに興じられているようだが、朝になれば正義の警察官として私のような犯罪者を追い詰める。面白いだろ？
That man happens to be one of the highest ranking officers in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. His preferred pleasure makes for quite the interesting nightly show. But once the sun rises, he is back to his duty as an ally of justice, pursuing criminals such as myself. Funny, isn't it? Yuki calmed her breath in an attempt to regain her composure. Despite her efforts, the otherworldly aura of the room negated any sense of order within her. Maou had not even laid a finger on the mountain of money before him.
警察や暴力団への根回しなしでこんな店が日本で営業できるはずがないだろう。お父上に恥をかかせるような真似はよすんだ。
You know as well as I do that it would be impossible to run an establishment like this without ties to both the police and the Yakuza. Don't try anything that might upset your father's reputation.
よく知っているわね。私の父が警察官だって。
I take that to imply that you know my father's occupation.
まあ、だからこそお前に声をかけた。
Yes, that's why I called for you. Yuki finally regained her composure and attempted to scrutinized the Mao's gestures and tone of voice. Her possible routes to reading this man were limited as long as his face was hidden from her.
聞けば時田は長年犯罪心理学を勉強しているとか
I hear that you've studied criminal psychology for years. Is that right?
探偵でも雇ったのかしら？
Did you hire a detective? Mao nodded. Something like that.
保護観察所に演者を装って何度も通ったそうじゃないか。なかなか楽しい子供だったようだな。
Supposedly, you paid frequent visits to your local parole office, posing as a relative of various ex-convicts. You must have been a delightful little child.
ありがとう。おかげで変な目で見られたけれど、今では友達もたくさんできたわ。
Thanks. It netted me a few strange looks now and then, but I ensured I was never short on friends. With a slight smile, Yuki examined Mao. He'd recrossed his legs twice since she entered the room. His hands fidgeted in tune with the conversation, opening and shutting as he makes his comments. He was an archetypal diplomatic type. That was the conclusion of Yuki's evaluation. People who fall under this category make judgment through the use of logic and reason. Yuki engraves each and every one of his fingers, subtle motions, their expressions into her memory. He seems to be quite the careful man. Whether that care was manifested as a result of prudence or paranoia was yet to be seen.
いろんな犯罪者と会ってどう思った？
What did you think of the criminals you met with?
どうもこうも、みんないい人ばかりだったわ。私とよく遊んでくれたもの。
They were all very nice people. They played with me quite a bit.
彼らも寂しかったんだろう。娘ができた気持ちだったのでは？
They must have been lonely. Do you think the experience for them was similar to having a daughter of their own?
そうね。
Yeah. Yuki made sure to keep the conversation going without letting her guard slip. Maou had kept the command of the conversation from the beginning. The man before her, without saying a word about himself, had been trying to invade Yuki's heart.
ところで、あなたはどうして魔王なの？
By the way, why Maou?
悪の権下として分かりやすくていいだろう。そういう時だわ。なぜカタカナでユキという名前なんだ？
It's the incarnation of evil. Nice and simple, right? What about you, Tokita? Why Yuki in katakana? He's good. He smoothly evades the question and follows up with a question of his own. Judging by his mastery over conversation, he was likely a businessman of some kind.
名前の由来は私も知らないわ。お役所に届けるときにうっかりしちゃったんじゃない？
I don't know how my name came to be in katakana. For all I know, it was a misunderstanding at the clerk's office where my birth was registered. Yuki decided to switch strategies. It's futile to barrage the diplomatic businessman type with questions. This type likes to talk. One should build trust with these people by honestly answering the questions they pose. Only after this trust has been solidified will they begin to speak about themselves. Maou recrossed his legs again.
かわいそうだな。子供は自分の名前を選ぶことができない。実の父を恨んだことは？
It's a pity children aren't given the opportunity to choose their own names. Did you ever curse your father?
それは何度も。
You have no idea.
母の葬儀にも来なかったそうじゃないか。
Is it true that he didn't even have the decency to attend your mother's funeral?
ええ。あの夜はどうやって思い知らせてやろうかと、それだけを考えていたわ。
Yeah, I stayed up all that night planning my revenge. I couldn't think about anything else.
それを今実行に移そうとは思わないか？
Wouldn't it feel good to put that plan into action? Yuki laughed as if she understood.
クロージングをかけるには早すぎると思わない？
You need to butter me up a bit more before you go in for the big sale. Maou laughed along.
これは失礼。時田に復讐を実行させることが私の目的ではないのだが、そう聞こえたのならすまなかった。
How rude of me. It was not my intention to push you into exacting your vengeance, but I apologize if that's how it came across. He spread open his arms as if to embrace his own. Wait, embrace his own what? As if to embrace his own jaw. And then we crossed his legs. Wait, what happened? Yuki pondered this gesture as she smiled with the Maou. She came to the realization that he recrosses his legs just before redirecting the conversation. Does this reaction mean something? Recrossing one's legs is often used as a way of relieving tension. In short, it could mean he's lying.
じゃあ、本当の目的をそろそろ教えてもらえる？
What exactly is your intention then?
時田と遊びたかった。それじゃダメか？
I wanted to play with you, isn't a bit. Well, I wanted to play a bit with you. Isn't that good enough?
こんな場所で遊ぶ趣味はないわ。
I have no interest in playing in a place like this.
わかった。本当のことを言おう。目の前に何がある？
I see. Then I'll tell you the truth. What's this in front of me? Of you, I mean. Sorry. I fuck up quite a lot of things right now.
お金ね。何億あるのかしら。
Money? A few hundred million yen, I'd wager.
実はあることをしてもらいたいんだ。報酬は弾む。
The truth is, I want you to do something for me. You'll receive compensation, of course.
聞くだけ聞いてみましょう。
The least I can do is listen.
簡単なことだ。
It's simple, Maou said as he recrossed his legs.
銀行口座を一つ作ってほしい。そしていずこかから振り込まれた金を私に渡してくれ。受け渡しはこの部屋だ。
I'd like you to set up a bank account, then bring me all of the money that will be routed to that account. The transfer location will be this room. Yuki rejected the request with strength and confidence.
嘘はやめて。
Don't lie to me. Maou seemed to be at a loss for words.
銀行口座？なぜ私なの？あなたは私の家庭環境から能力まで細かく調べて、結局はそんな誰にでもできるような仕事を任せようっていうの？
A bank account? Why me? You investigated everything about me, from my upbringing to my skills, and you expect me to believe that you want me to do something so menial as deliver money?
何事も信頼関係というものがある。 まずは小さな仕事からお願いしたいと思っても不思議はないだろう。
The concepts behind trust building pervade this entire society. Is it so strange to ask you to do a few small jobs first?
いいえ、あなたは嘘をついているわ。
No, you are lying. She stared at Mao's legs with a sharp look. One of his long, fidgety legs was about to be placed on the other. Mao nodded and said, utterly composed,
面白いな。
You are quite amusing. Mao's hands and legs stopped moving. A question asked almost in humor escaped his lips.
そうやって人の心を探らねば不安か？
Do you feel uneasy when you are not toying around in other people's minds? As he spoke, he put his fingertips together and sank deeply into the sofa. Yuki, astonished, felt a panic rise inside of her. Mao's entire persona had changed from just a moment ago. Putting one's fingertips together denotes a feeling of grandeur and dignity. The man before her was aware of this fact and was consciously acting in that manner.
ちょこまかと手足を動かしていたのはわざとね。
Your restless leg and hand movements were intentional, weren't they?
どうかな？
I wonder. Now he had resorted to playing with the fringe Now he had resorted to playing with the fringe which jutted from the side of his mask. That would typically be read as a sign of anxiety or a lack of confidence, but there was no conceivable reason for Maou to be anxious.
なんなのよ。
But what the hell? An irritated tone slipped from her tongue. Maou seemed to perceive that as an opening, and quickly leaned forward, close enough to violate Yuki's personal space. Just as she realized she had gotten in over her head, Mao's powerful voice pressed her.
私の仲間になれ。時田由紀。
Be my comrade, Tokita Yuki. The end of his sentence struck home.
そうすれば、その類まれな好奇心を満たしてやろう。
And I will satisfy your exceptional curiosity.
好奇心ですって？
Curiosity?
ごまかすな時田。罪を感じているのだろう。
Don't play dumb, Tokita. You feel guilty, don't you? Even his mask seemed to smirk.
現に、お前がこれまで会ってきた犯罪者は模範囚の善人ばかりではないか。
All the prisoners you met with were well-behaved, good people.
だったら何なの？
Your point being? Yuki felt that she would have been overwhelmed by his force if she had not at least feigned defiance.
そうよ。私が見てきたのはケーキも半ばで仮出所してきた人たちがほとんど。根がいい人なのは当たり前。でもそれが何か悪いの？
That's right. Most of the people I met with were awarded parole after serving only half of their sentence. It's only natural that such people would be good at heart. What about it? Is there something wrong with that? The powerful feelings Yuki held leaked into her words. The pressure in that long, carotized zone of her heart squeezed them out into the open air. Of course there was something wrong. It was a sin to treat people who had been repenting for so long, and who had been forgiven by the society they offended, as mere objects of study or curiosity. However, the torment Yuki felt because of her guilt had always been washed away by the whisperings of her inner demons. Huh? She was only a child after all. Not to mention her complicated background, which had destroyed her ability to trust other human beings. The opening in her heart was not lost on the king of these demons, Maou.
何も悪くない。何も悪くはないが、もったいないとは思う。
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But it's such a waste.
もったいない？
Waste?
世の中にはもっとおかしな人間がいる。欲望に歯止めの効かなくなった真の凶悪犯や、嘘を真実と信じたまま話すことができる社会病質者。目的のためなら手段を選ばぬテロリスト。
A waste to stop now. There are far stranger people in this world than those in your memories. Terrible, violent criminals who have lost the ability to control their desires. Sociopaths who earnestly believe their own conjured lies. Terrorists who will use any possible means to fulfill their goals. Most despicable persons, by the way. Yuki's heart began to race against her will.
時田はいずれ父に倣って警察官を志すのだろう。ネゴシエーターの必要性は近年になって日本でもようやく認められてきた。お前はその卵だ。今から実地訓練をしておいて損はなかろう。
Tokita, you aspire to follow in your father's footsteps, to become a police officer, do you not? Japan has just recently recognized the necessity of police negotiators. I can promise you that you are the very makings of one. Would it be all that awful to do some practical field training?
つまり、何なの？
What are you trying to tell me? The more Yuki spoke, the less she was able to contain herself.
あなたのお仲間になれば、今まで私が見たこともないような変人を紹介してくれるっていうの？
Are you just saying that if I become your comrade, you'll introduce me to eccentrics the likes of which I've never seen before? The mask nodded deeply.
いくらでも。
As many as you like.
そんな、嘘でしょ？
You're lying, aren't you?
嘘かどうか確かめたくはないか？
Wouldn't you like to find out? Yuki hesitated once more. As she sat speechless, Maou said,
これからここである外国人と会うことになっているのだが、一緒にどうだ？
I've got an appointment soon with a certain foreigner. Why don't you join me?
外国人？
A foreigner?
ああ、鼻毛を切らない習慣があるが、気のいい男だ。
Yes, he has a bit of a poor record when it comes to trimming his nose hairs, but he's a good-natured man.
でも、犯罪者なのでしょ？
But isn't he a criminal?
ただの商人さ。
He's just a merchant.
あなたは犯罪者って名乗ったわよね。犯罪の密談を警察官の娘が黙って見過ごすと思う？
Actually, didn't you just call yourself a criminal? Do you think the daughter of a police officer is going to sit idly by and watch you discuss illegal matters?
そう構えるな。酒を酌み交わすだけだ。そしてこの金の一部を渡す。
Oh, don't be so uptight. We're just having a drink, and I'll be passing on some of this money.
皇帝でも買ったの？
Are you buying a mansion?
余裕が出てきたな。乗り気になってきたと思っていいのかな？
You've regained your composure. Can I take that as a sign of your interest? Maou sank into the sofa again. Yuki's heart began to sound the alarm. Her curiosity became unmanageable and began to claw at the walls of its quarantine.
お前は何も知らなくていい。
You don't have to know any of the details, Maou kindly said.
私が何者で、どんな商売をしていて、何を企んでいるのか。犯罪につながるようなことを一切知らずに、ただ貴重な体験ができる。
You don't have... Wait. Oh, I already read that. Whatever. You don't have to know any of the details. Who I am, what I do, what I'm planning. You don't have to know anything about illegal matters. You can simply sit back and enjoy a valuable experience. However, associating with Maou would nonetheless be approving of crime. That is a line she must not cross.
どうかな。悪い話ではないと思うが。
How about it? I don't think it's such a bad offer. Yuki was perplexed. Or whether she was feigning perplexion.
訪問販売なんかでは玄関のドアを開けさせたらもう勝ったも同然らしいわね。
They say that in door-to-door sales, the salesman has won the moment the door opens.
押し売りをする気はないがな。
Not that it's my intention to pressure you into it. Her fate may have been decided as soon as she met Maou. From the very onset, she had been successfully coerced into deceiving her father by coming here without telling him. She hadn't actually lied, but she had certainly been less than forthcoming. It's no wonder that she'll continue to do so.
それで魔王
Well, Maou... She couldn't go on without asking the most critical question.
親切に私の好奇心を満たしてくれるのはいいけれど見返りに何を求めてるの？
It's all well and good that you'll so kindly satisfy my curiosity. But what is it that you want in return?
私の父に関わるようなことだったらお断りよ。
If it involves my father, I'll have to decline. She mustn't cause her father trouble. This Maou is a criminal. As such, he may desire to blackmail or somehow manipulate her father, a powerful figure in the police system. Yuki steeled her courage as she gazed into the evil mask's eyes. And Maou, from the other side of the mask, responded in the slow manner of a parent speaking to an infant.
特に見返りを求めているわけではないが、強いて言えば、
There's nothing I particularly want in return. But if you must ask... Maou put his hands to the mask.
魂かな。
Your soul, perhaps? His tone held no hint of cajolery. The contract was signed. Now that he had shown his true face, there would be no escape from this Maou. After that day, about once a month, Yuki would secretly meet with Maou. He typically introduced her to his acquaintances in Tomanbetsu City. But oddly enough, his meetings also often took her to the coast of the Sea of Japan, Fukui, and a small village in Niigata. Yuki was able to meet a great many people during these rendezvous. Chechens who ruled the Moscow black market, extremist Muslim jihadists. Maou often received briefcases from fishermen at the wharf, but he never explained what they held. Yuki never intended to ask. Most of the Japanese people she met were youngsters. They were each the child of a politician, or of the owner of a large corporation, or of some other powerful person. And they were each children who, for some reason or another, had become unable to live their lives without running away from something. Each and every one of them carried a sickness in their heart. To Yuki, these meetings were exceptional in a way. Speaking to a criminally minded child outside the bounds of a youth detention center is a rare opportunity. Yuki had the opportunity to meet an abundance of strange, abnormal people. She pitied them, sympathized with them, empathized with them, and grew from her experiences. It didn't take long until she herself lost the ability to control her desire. The desire to sate her endless curiosity. However, the Maou she had met with so many times now remained a complete mystery. His vast wealth and questionable connections reflected the title Maou perfectly, but Yuki had never once seen the man commit a crime. That said, she still wasn't about to let her guard down around him.
まさか春が追っていた人間こそが魔王だったなんて。
Okay. I had no idea that the person Haru chased so fervently was Maou. Even at the school they attended together in her hometown, Yuki knew that Haru was searching for someone with some objective in mind. But no matter how close they grew, Haru would never tell Yuki about the Maou. She had only found out a few days ago when she interrogated a man who seemed to be one of Mao's pawns, Senjou. Yuki knew Mao's contact details, though he likely had many more, and had met with him in person several times. Should she tell Haru about these things? Yuki hesitated on this for a time. As she hesitated, Maou planted the seeds of the plan for that night's hostage situation. In the beginning, Yuki had no intentions of harming others in her quest for vengeance against the director. She hadn't intended on revealing Hashimoto's identity or dragging Miss Noriko into the fray. Her original plan was to persuade Mizuha to join her, fake a hostage crisis, and make the director squirm a little. Why did it have to turn out like this? The answer lied in Yuki's own weakness. She didn't have the courage to tell her father, a police officer, that she was involved with the man who had triggered the car bombing in the Southern District. She didn't have the courage to tell Haru either, for fear of being hated. Besides, her weakness was responsible for her desire for vengeance in the first place. What would Yuki gain by threatening and stealing from the director?
気が済むではないか。
Wouldn't it satisfy you? Maou said these words. Is it really all right just to bottle up your feelings? He spurred her on.
理事長という最も制裁を受けるべき相手を放置したまま優秀な警察官になれるとでも？
Do you think you can be a great police officer someday if you let an unjust man like your director walk free when he's the man most worthy of punishment? Of course, she had said her words to the director. She had scolded him as much as she could for abandoning her mother and then having the audacity to simply skip the funeral. But the director merely gave her an empty apology.
なぜ理事長が反省しないのか。それは時田に力がないからだ。
Why won't the director repent for his sins? You may wonder. The answer is simple. It's because you are powerless, Tokita. The power Maou spoke of is one molded around the skeleton of violence.
あまりこういう大きな例えは好きではないが、この世界を見てみろ。軍事力の最も大きい国が最も大きな発言力を持っている。 力のない人間がどれだけ素晴らしいことを言ったところで、一部の美談好きの人間しか耳を貸さない。結局は凶弾に倒れたり、多数派の迫害を受けることになる。
I've never been fond of grand examples, but just look at this world. The country with the most military might holds the most influence in international politics. No matter which lovely word the powerless masses want to use to tug on your heartstrings, the only people who will hear their cries are those looking for a good tearjerker. In the end, they'll just be assassinated or persecuted by the majority or something along those lines. And this is actually the sad truth, and actually, in my opinion at least, the actual state of the world right now. Those who holds the most power controls all. That's why America is so strong and seems to always have a trigger on something. Well, not particularly America. Russia's also on the same plate, and I don't know. I think it's getting a little bit too politic. I think in my head, America is the strongest country in the world on its own. That's why it came to mind. And Russia just wants to challenge that power. So in a way, the silent conflict between Russia and America, in some twisted way, keeps the balance and power for the less powerful. Could that be? Maybe to a certain degree, but I wonder, why isn't China one of the most powerful? They have the most people, so they should have the biggest military thing, but maybe they don't have the resources to be powerful enough. I don't know, it's hard and I'm bad in politics, so if I offended any one of you, I'm sorry. I don't have any idea about anything. That's just what I sometimes think. And things that pop up into my mind when I read this. Every great negotiator needs a great assault team behind him.
私は子供が大好きでな。時田のような優秀な子供が話せばわかる時代を作り上げてくれると信じているが、今はまだ早すぎる。まだまだ数と金と握り拳がものを言う。
I love children, you see. I think a brilliant child like you, Togita, could create a world ready to listen. However, we are not quite there yet. At the moment, numbers and money still do the talking. Yuki submitted to the devil's temptation. Then again, who could be subjected to 2 years with the Maou and come out uncorrupted? Maou was always composed and captivating, but most of all, he possessed the power to capture the hearts of the young. And as a result, Yuki betrayed Haru, hurt Mizuha, and is now being chased by the Yakuza. You reap what you sow. How did she get there? How did Mizuha get there? What? Did she knock Hashimoto out?
あら、水葉。
Oh, Mizuha. Mizuha stood there, astonished.
話は全部橋本くんから聞いたわ。
I heard everything from Hashimoto-kun.
へえ。
He seemed brutish enough to get the job done, but he must be soft on women.
私を縛ってたロープ緩んでたから隙をついて彼のナイフを奪ったの。
Oh, wow! Congratulations, Mitsuha. I underestimated you. He left too much slack in the rope that bound me. I found an opening and took his knife.
すごいわね。そんな度胸があるなんて知らなかったわ。その勇気の一部でも京介くんに向けられたらよかったのにね。
That's incredible. I didn't know you had that kind of courage. You should have aimed some of that courage at Kyosuke-kun.
姉さん、本当なの？
Is it true, Nei-san?
何が？
Is what true?
本当に姉さんが学園で事件を起こしたの？私の父を脅迫したの？
Were you really behind the affair at the school? Did you threaten my father?
本当よ。
Yep.
そうしないと気が済まなかったの。
Yuki answered point blank. I had to, or I'd never been satisfied.
それで気は済んだ。
And are you satisfied now? Yuki shook her head ambiguously.
何？その手。
Oh my god. I can see where this is going. What's with what's with the hand?
困ってるんでしょ？
You're in a pickle, aren't you?
助けてくれるっていうの？
Are you saying you'll help me? Yeah. Yuki smiled faintly as she looked into Mizuha's eyes. They weren't the eyes of a liar.
自首する気はないんでしょ？
You don't intend to turn yourself in, do you? Of course not. If she had even considered it, she wouldn't have shoved Haru to the ground and run away. In fact, the biggest reason for not wanting to get the police involved from the very start was because she didn't want her father to learn of this.
まだやり残したことがあるからね。
No, I have some unfinished business. The black flames in Yuki's heart ignited once again. She had left the suitcase with the money in the lab equipment storage room. Thus, even after all that effort and labor, Yuki had gained nothing. I need to show him once more.
まだ続けるのね。
You are going to continue this ordeal? Mizuha's voice betrayed her attempts to hide her sadness from Yuki.
水葉、どうして私が今まであなたに会いに来なかったかわかる？
Mizuha, do you know why I never came to see you all this time? Of course she doesn't. There's no way she could. The only person who could understand her mother's sadness and suffering was Yuki.
なぜ私の方からあなたたちに会いに行かなければならないの？頭を下げるのはあなた方でしょ？
I thought, why should I have to go to them? You lot should have been the ones calling to apologize to me. Isn't that right?
まあわかってるわ。水葉は悪くないもの。それでも水葉に会いに行くことは母さんを裏切るようで気が引けたの。
Look, I know you did nothing wrong, Mizuha, but still, it felt like going to see you would be betraying my mother. I just couldn't do it.
私も姉さんに会いたかった。でもどこに住んでるのか知らなくて。
I wanted to see you too, Nei-san. Only I hadn't the foggiest idea where you lived.
わかってるわよ。わかってる。そうね。水葉は何も悪くないわ。
I know that. I know. Like I said, you did nothing wrong, Mizuha. Mizuha had merely been brought up in a naive ignorance and harmony. Unlike Yuki.
さあ、おしゃべりはここまでにしましょう。
Well, let's leave the chat for later. As Yuki turned to walk once more into the darkness, Mizuha called to her, her hands still outstretched.
姉さんは私を恨んでるの？
Do you resent me?
まさか。
Of course not, Yuki said as she donned her usual gentle smile.
あなたは大事な妹よ。
You are my beloved sister. The negotiator lied. Okay, I'm going to leave this episode here because boy is it a long episode again. Alright, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will hopefully see you as always in the next one. Stay tuned for that.